Well, modern slavery is on the rise as crises around the world fuel poverty. That is according to the latest report by the United Nations International Labour Organization. The worrying trend runs counter to the UN's goals to eradicate all forms of modern slavery by 2030. Numbers are now ballooning instead of shrinking. The report shows that 50 million people are stuck in modern slavery, and that's 1 in every 150 people in the world. 28 million are in forced labour and another 22 million in forced marriages. The numbers have increased by more than 9 million since the previous report in 2016. The UN attributes it to the COVID-19 pandemic, armed conflicts and the effects of climate change. These events have led to unprecedented disruption to employment and education. The report has also cautioned that it's a long-term problem. Most of all forced labour occurs in either upper middle or high-income countries, while migrant workers are more likely to be affected. The ILO report also pointed to concerns about forced labour in parts of China, citing a report by the UN's Human Rights Commissioner. It says the detention of Uyghurs and other Muslims in Xinjiang may constitute crimes against humanity. China has vigorously denied the allegations. The report also made mention of Qatar. The country has faced widespread allegations of labour rights violations relating to migrant workers there in the run-up to November's FIFA Soccer World Cup. The ILO says the situation has improved since it opened an office in the capital, Doha, in 2018. Rosie Bachat tells us what the big social and economic impacts are with modern slavery numbers rising.
Let's break this down a little bit regionally. Now, about half of the total when it comes to forced labour, those total cases are in Asia and the Pacific region, and then that's followed by Europe. But if you look at it per head of population, those most in question are the Arab states. So this is something which the ILO pointing to, saying that really no region of the world is spared from this. And as you also mentioned, a significant portion of this forced labour is being recorded in middle and high income countries. And just a couple of weeks ago here in Belgium, about an hour from here, dozens of workers of South Asian origin were found to be working in modern slavery conditions on a construction site. So this is, police here in Europe are tracking this every day, and the cases, as you said, as you rightly pointed out, and as this report worryingly shows, are on the increase. Now, the ILO says this is really about a convergence of multiple crises, so the COVID-19 pandemic, armed conflicts, but also the climate crisis. And while we are seeing that in many parts of the world, COVID-19 pandemic may be easing, the climate crisis certainly is not, which suggests that this problem could worsen further in future.